morning, all day long to get into Philly. Sign says it's a historical inn and tavern. There's a place here on Mayland Drive, and the guy asked me, he said, hey, we run a center for brain trauma, like a rehab center. He said, would you be willing to come by and talk to people, let them see the horse? I said, you bet. So we spent about 20 minutes there just letting them pet the horse and talk, and there's quite a few people there. Brain injury rehab. There's a factory that ain't got all its glass anymore, and no workers. Well, we got this great police escort all the way through one city to one of the big parks that links up with a bike trail that goes all the way to Fairmont Park. It was great, man. He held up traffic, got me through intersections, used a PA to tell me when to make a turn, got me down through narrow roads. It was great. Saved us a lot of time, and we were moving right along, so we didn't have to wait for lights or nothing. It was great, and we sure appreciate that. And we are on our way to Fairmont Park now, Philadelphia. It's been an eventful afternoon. As you can see, we're out of traffic finally, so it's going to be an easier afternoon and evening than it might have been. Yeah, so I got two cop cars behind me. I'm going down the center left-hand turn lane to a traffic light. There's a lady coming at me in the next lane who's trying to use her cell phone to take a picture. There's an ambulance coming up the road behind her, honking at her to move over. And old Hampton is trotting right down through the middle of the highway. Pretty good stuff. He's a great old horse, man. When he's called on, he can get out there and do his thing. And you got a Paul Revere up here. It's like Valley Forge Park or something. So we're cutting across George Washington's Valley Forge National Park. See if we don't get in some trouble doing this. I mean, like, one set of cops sends us one way and the other set of cops busts us. We'll see what happens. There's a gate. See, even George Washington has a gate. And inside here there's a bigger gate. Looks like the, Arc de Triomphe. Something like that, I'll show you in a minute. There it is over there. We're not going to go over to it because we'll attract too much of attention. Hampton does that already. We're just going to haul across the south edge of this park and get the flock out of here before we become a statistic. They're basic little log cabins with mud chinks. All through the park there's these signs: asbestos, cancer, and lung disease hazard. Authorized personnel only, respirator and protective clothing are required in this area. So all around Valley Forge they buried asbestos. There goes another deer. It's pretty amazing. Irresponsible. Asbestos Quebec. Thank you so much. Of course, then again, it could be an asbestos mine here. Not that Asbestos Quebec doesn't send out its share of asbestos all over the world, but they might have had their own little asbestos operation right here. So we got across the river. on a so-so bridge, and then we got on this bike path headed south towards Fairmont Park. We're going to be on it for hours. And we passed some kind of old movie studio from back in the 20s. Yeah, it's going to be a long evening on this trail. Quiet and relaxing. There's a great old house, looks somewhat abandoned. Why people don't see any value in great old houses. So much character to them. All their flaws and imperfections are what make them great. All these people live in their private community on the river.
Horseback riding all over?
Pretty cool. If you don't mind seeing Philadelphia at night. We're going along this river in the dark through the old abandoned industrial. The nice thing about it is if we run into anybody, we're going to scare the ever-living shit out of them.